So today we will discuss about static testing techniques. So last class we what we have discussed way model, right? So advantages and disadvantages, and in that, so static techniques, static testing and dynamic testing, all we discussed, right? So today in today's session we will learn about very deep and in detailed about what is the static testing techniques. Okay. So now I'm saying static testing techniques, right? So there are three types of static testing techniques: review, walkthrough, inspection, right? Suppose I ask you to review the document. What you will do normally? You will read the entire document, whether it is completely or not, all the contents are mentioned or not. So that is one thing. So second thing is whatever the content specified in the document, which is correct or not. So these two things come under review part. So what is review? So it conducts on the document to ensure the correctness and completeness. So that is basically comes under review. So what kind of reviews we do? Which type of reviews we can do? So normally we do different types of reviews. So requirement reviews, design reviews and code review. So these are the type of reviews. So requirement reviews, what is that meaning of requirement reviews? So it means as soon as we got the requirement from the client, we will review them to understand requirement, those requirement better. So each and everything is mentioned or not. So it is correct or not. That we can review them. Okay. And design reviews. So this is the requirement review. So next one, design review. So these reviews conduct on the design documents. Normally, the designer design the HLD, LLD, right? So the software will be designed in the form of diagrams and pictures, and those design documents will review. So that is called design review. And next one is code review. So sometimes code also review. So whatever the developers written the code, that can also be reviewed. And next one is test plan. So even testing part, testers also do some kind of reviews. So whatever the document they created, and those documents are also reviewed by testers, like test plan review, test cases review. Sometimes we can defect also reviewed, like how many defects we raise, how many defects we fix, and how many defects still open. So that we can also review the defects. Normally, we are focusing on the documentation, whether it is correct or not, to ensure the correctness and completeness. Review can be done by anyone, okay, by anyone in the team, testers, developers, managers, anybody can do the review. So that is also about the simple review concept. So this is the static testing techniques. So say requirement, design, code, test plan review, test case reviews, etc. These are the reviews that we are conducted. And next, walkthrough. What is walkthrough? So sometimes we also do some walkthrough, and this is also mainly focus on the documents. Okay. So static also documents, and here also documents. So what if 1 minute, guys? So what I'm saying, first of all, review can be done by anyone, developers, testers, anybody, and sometimes single or multiple reviewed. So walkthrough means, so it is mainly focus on documents, and it is kind of review which is informal. So what is the meaning of informal? which is informal means we don't have a specific plan. When we don't have a specific meeting, invitation, and nothing. So whenever we want to do, we can go through, walk through. So it is a kind of informal review. Okay. So informal means we don't have a specific plan or specific meeting, invitation, and nothing. So that times we can go through with this technique. So it is a informal review. So there will not be any proper plan, any schedule at any time, any place. So formal means what? Formal means when we have to be some plan, invite to the team, invite all the team members at particular point of time. So this is the difference between informal and formal. So second point is author reads the documents or code and discuss with peers. Okay. So what I'm saying here, author reads the documents or code and discuss with peers. So what is this meaning? So whoever created the document, author means whoever created the document. So author, he is the person in walkthrough and he will read the document and verify and discuss with the rest of the people. For example, I prepare the document. So I just go through each and every step and explain to you. So what exactly their contents. So this is called walkthrough. So walkthrough two or three people reviewed. So one author and reminding the rest of the people's reason to trying to understand what is that. Okay. And what is the third point? It's not pre-planned and can be done whenever required. So it's not pre-planned means informal review. So for example, you have created some test plan and test cases. Okay. And you have to review yourself. You will review the document with team. That is walkthrough. And fourth point, also walkthrough does not have minutes of the meet. So normally when we conduct the meetings in a company, we will note down all the points. So peers means, what is the meaning of peers? So peers here, there is a word. Peers means who is working along with you. Okay. Who is present in your project that we called as peers. So this is the in detailed information of walkthrough. Okay. And next in inspection. So it is more formal review type. So it is most formal review type. So it is a most formal review type means we have to send to the team members send I mean email through, okay, on particular time. So not only testing, sometimes developers, managers also. So three people involved in inspection. So first type of reader, so that is author of the document, and second type is writer. So everybody note down the questions and issues and so on. And third type is moderator. Okay, here moderator plus consent means, moderator means mediator between author and rest of the team. So he is the organizer for meeting. So these three people sit together and do the inspection. So inspection will have a proper schedule which will be intimated via email to the concerned developers or testers, because more formal meeting, because I mean before we have to plan, send a mail to the team, invite them on particular time, and also note down the minutes of meeting. Okay, is it clear for you?
Yes, clear.
And next, what is the QA, QC, and QE? See, these terms are very important in software industry. So QA, QC, first we will try to understand what is QA versus QC. So QA is the process limited and QC is the actual testing of the software. Okay. So what I'm saying, process related means what? I will tell you. So process related means if you take any IT company or any other company, IT company have three P. Okay, 3P means first one. Okay, first P means people. Okay, so in IT company, people should be there. So without people, we can't do anything, right? And second thing is process. Process means we should follow certain process that comes under QA and product. So we will get the product or software or application. Okay. So in IT company, without people and without process, without product, we can't build one IT company and we can't do anything. So QA is related to the process. So the people who belongs the people who belongs to the QA is define the process and they talk about the process and also ensure the rest of the people following properly. So responsible of the QA. So these see define the process means what? High level management people comes under QA. So which is talking about the entire process development cycle from beginning, means from requirement to till the product delivered to the customer. So the entire process is designed by these people, means QA people. And also these people make sure the rest of the people following process properly or not. So what is the second point? QC is the actual testing of the software. So in previous class, we had discussed about SDLC process, right? So in SDLC, there are 6 steps like requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, deployment, maintenance, right? So QA involved in every stage of SDLC process. So QA means taking care of process, what process we have to follow, and how the people following the process. So these things observed by the QA. But QC involved actual testing the software and they are involved during testing part. So people who are working under testing, they actually comes under QC. So QC means quality control. QA means quality analyst. So these people test the software whether it's working as per the requirement or not. So quality control talking about the about people, especially testers. And QA is the process related. Okay. So next point is QA focuses on building in quality and QC focuses on testing for quality. So what we have said, so QA process related. So why we need to have process? I said QA is process related, but why we need? So finally to deliver the quality product, right? So for this, we have to follow certain process. So this is our ultimate goal. So here we are also thinking about quality of the software. So for that, the process is design. So we are trying to build the quality. So QC is for testers, as I said, QC doing testing. But why? So to deliver the quality product. So both are talking about quality, but the small difference is there. So QA building the quality, okay, and QC testing the quality, okay. And what is see QA means QA building the quality in the sense follow certain process, finally deliver the product for that process. For that process is design and QC testing the quality. So why we conduct the testing? To find the bugs. So they are trying to deliver the quality product to the client. So that is the meaning of that. So QA is preventing defects and QC is detecting defects. So what is prevention and what is detection? Let me tell you what is prevention means. So QA process related, as I said. So if following process correctly or perfectly, so that we can prevent the defects, right? So whereas QC is detecting defects because it's related to testing. Here we will find the defects. And why QC and testers are there? So that's why here we will find the defects, right? As many as bugs, we have to find that. That is detection. So we have to make sure should not any bugs comes in the future. So that is prevention. So detection means we have to find the bugs. Okay, that is detection. And prevention means we have to make sure should not any bugs which comes in the future. So that is the difference between prevention and detection. And what is the fifth point? QA is process oriented and QC is product oriented. So QA is process oriented means it will always focus on process. So that's why QA involved in everywhere. And QA, who QA means product manager, project manager. These people involved in QA. So during testing, and QC is process product oriented. Product oriented means during testing, focus quality, right? Focus quality of the product. This is the main goal. So testers comes under QC. So QA part is not our responsible. So sixth point is QA is entire life cycle and QC is testing part in SDLC. So QA means there are seven phases. SDLC seven phases. So QA is the subset of, QC is the subset of QA. So QC is for testing part in SDLC means in seven phases there is a testing part, right? So that's why we call QA people everywhere. So those people involved in seven phases. Okay, but QC only we involved in testing part. So that's why we call QC is the subset of QA. So QE, next to QE means what? So quality engineering. So recently the term is started. So little advanced term than QC. So after QC, QE will come in the IT company. So normally QC testing either manual or automation testing. But QE means whoever is doing the automation testing, normally they will write a code by testing the software. So those people comes under QE. For example, we have software engineering or QE. So they will write the code to develop the software. So it mainly focus on development. So QE, what he will do, so they also write the code and testing the software. So QE contains automation test engineers. Okay. They involved writing code also and testing part. So QA, QC, QE, very important terms. Okay. Understand?
Yes, clear.
And last on previous sessions, we already discussed what is black box testing and white box testing. Let's see what is levels of testing. So levels of software testing means there are four levels of testing. So unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and UAT testing. So unit testing, integration testing, system, and UAT. So these are dynamic testings. So we will in the previous sessions, if you see that we model. So unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing, these are dynamic testing and these are static testing, right? This is we have discussed in the previous sessions. So right now, so unit testing means what? To test the small module. So in the application and it is done by the code level. So unit means what? So it is a unit means small component. So integration means what? So multiple modules combined as a single unit or single module. Then we will check the flow and communication between those modules. And system means what? System means we are testing the overall functionality of the application, whether it is working or not, according to the customer requirement or not. Okay. And UAT means at the last level, after completion of system testing, testers along with the client or users conduct the testing. So these are the testing levels. So we can't jump directly to integration testing. We can't jump directly to system testing. So first we have to conduct unit testing, after that integration and after the system, and last one UAT. So let me understand what is unit testing in detail. So unit testing means it is done by developers and it is conducted by developers only. So that comes under white box testing techniques. So important, what is the important points in that? So what is a unit? So a unit is a single component or module of a software. So when I take a big software and it contains n number of features and lot of functionalities and flows and each and every feature called that is called component. For example, if I take one big application, for example, Gmail application, so login that is one component, right? After successful login, there is a composing email. So one component, we can say one component or one module. So next, what is that? Sent box. That is one module. The trash box. So that is one module. The entire software or application will be divided into multiple units, which we call them as a components or modules. If I conduct the testing on particular unit or module or component, which comes under unit. So normally developer write the code, right, and conduct the testing at code level. So that comes under unit testing. But sometimes we get user interface also. So tester's point of view, we will test the UI. UI means user interface. Suppose I have a login screen and for that the developer writes some code internally. So developer conduct the test on particular code in that context that is called as unit testing. So after providing the user interface means screen. So yeah, after providing the user interface to the tester, we don't bother about the code. So we are going to test the application. So we are passing the valid username, valid password. So checking the login successful or not, like invalid username, invalid password. So login is restricting or not. So we are going to test them. So this is called as component testing. So we don't use the unit testing term in case of testing or testers. So we are testing the UI part. So we call component testing. So, but in the developer point of view, whatever the program have written inside the user interface, if they conduct the testing on particular code or program, that comes under unit testing. So almost the same. The way of testing is different. That's it. So unit testing conducts on a single program or single module. And unit testing is white box testing technique. Okay. So white box testing technique means why we call, so because we have to know the internal logic of the program. So what developer written. So this is the reason whatever they write the code, they are the responsible for conduct the testing. Okay. So unit testing is, sorry. So unit testing is conducted by the developers. So because they are the people written the code and they use setting techniques to conduct the unit testing. So what are they? Basic path testing, control structure testing, conditional coverage, loops coverage, mutation testing. So during the unit testing, these are the techniques they use. So let us understand one by one what is basic path testing. Okay. So let me understand high level. Okay. Not much important, but these are the techniques we use by the develop at the code level. Suppose we created some program and having multiple lines and we test this program each and every line and it should be covered. So at least once that comes under basic path testing. So similarly, control structure testing and testing under this conditional coverage, loops coverage. And normally the program have, if you take if else condition and switch case condition, we will verify those condition is working properly or not. So in all the case, we pass negative condition, we pass positive condition. For example, I will tell you. So I have to find out like large stuff. Okay, two numbers. For example, A equals to 10 and B equals to 20. Okay. And my condition is A greater than B. And what I'm saying, print A is largest. And what I'm saying else, B is largest. Okay. This is the program. So in condition coverage, verify the condition. Suppose if A greater than B, then what is that? A equals to 10 and B equals to 20. So is it correct? A greater than B means, sorry, 10 greater than 20. Is it correct?
No. No.
So which is not correct? But which one is correct? If I said 20
B
greater
is
than 10.
greater than 10.
So this is correct actually. So B is larger. So the output of this program is B is largest because the condition is false. Suppose I make A equals to 10, A equals to 20 and B equals to 10. So now the condition is true, right? So because if A greater than B, A is largest. Only one output is printed, depends on the condition. But in conditional coverage, what developer will do? So developer will verify the condition in positive input and negative input. Both the cases will verify. So developer write the very huge number of program and n number of conditions will be there in the program. So all the conditions will be verified by providing different sets of data. So that comes under conditional coverage. Okay. And loops coverage. So loops coverage means sometimes in the programming, if we want to repeat some statements and we have to keep in the looping, like loop log. So that state repeated multiple times. So for example, and another I will take one example. So I want to print 1 to 5 numbers through program. For example, I equals to 1 and maximum number equals to 5. So we can write what? So print 1, right? Print 2, print 3, print 4, print 5. So instead of writing this, I want to print 100 numbers. Then we write 100 print statements. But to avoid that, what developer will do is they will write one statement and repeat 5 times. So instead of writing multiple times, then what you will do is they will put the statement in the loop. Means is the block which will repeat multiple times based on the condition. So writing one loop statement means I'm writing one loop statement while, so I'm open brace I less than equals to max. So this is my actually condition. Okay. So next flower bracket. Next I said print I. Then I'm giving a condition I equals to I plus 1. I equals to I plus 1. Then close the bracket. So my request is to print 1 to 5 numbers. Okay, if the condition is true, these two statement will execute. If the condition is false, the statement will not execute it and it will ignore it. So what I am saying here, so if I say 1, maximum number is 5, right? So 1 less than, see, what is the condition I'm writing here? 1 less than equals to max. It means 1 less than equals to 5, right? That is condition is true. Then what happened? Here it will print I is 1. Okay, I equals to 1. So what is that meaning? I equals to 1 means what is my formula? Here equation is there. If I equals to I plus 1, then I equals to I plus 1 means I equals to I plus 1. Then I equals to 1, right? I equals to 1 plus 1 equals to 2, right? And I equals to 2 plus 1 equals to 3. And I equals to 3 again. 3 plus 1 equals to 4. I equals to 4 plus 1 equals to 5. So as soon as I equals to 6, next number is the condition becomes false. Then it will stop printing the numbers. This is basically called as a loop. So loop means a block of statement which can be repeat multiple times based on a certain condition. So as soon as condition is false, the statements are stop executing. Now in the loop coverage, what you will test is, so when I execute this program, whether it is starting from the beginning or not, and it is repeating exactly till the maximum numbers or not, and whether it is printing all the numbers between this range or not, we are going to verify. So suppose when I say 6 numbers, it should print, so maximum number equals to 6. When I say 10 numbers, it should print maximum number equals to 10. So like this we will verify the loops that comes under loop coverage. So did you understand, Rajesh? This is very
It's
simple
something
program.
new. It, okay.
You got it right?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So it's purely related to programming. That is the reason which comes under unit testing. So which is a white box testing technique. To conduct the testing, we have to know about the program. Okay.
Yeah.
And next, mutation testing. So mutation testing is also known as repetition testing. Suppose some programs, if we want to test, we have to provide different types of inputs. Suppose a developer returns a program like this, like checking the username and password. Okay. So, so what I'm saying, so there is a requirement checking the username and password. User equals to Scott and password equals to something 123. Okay. So it should allow login, right? Allow login, or else what? Not allow login. This is the program. So then mutation testing, what he will do is we will test this code by passing different types of inputs. For example, when I provide the username Scott and password 123, then this condition is true, then login will be allowed and else part will be ignored. And when I pass valid username and invalid password, then else part will execute, not allow the login. This is one combination. And another combination is invalid username and valid password. So we can just set different combinations and by providing different types of inputs to test this program, whether it is working properly or not. So that comes under mutation testing. So mutation means what? So repetition. Mutation means repetition testing with the multiple sets of data. So these are all unit testing techniques, and developer using these techniques and conduct unit testing and also use some automation tools. Okay, unit testing means it can be done through automation, such as there is a tools like JUnit, testing V, and so on. There are number of tools are there. So developer will take care of this. We no need to bother about this because just understand what is unit testing. So who will conduct unit testing and what testing can be done in unit testing. So we are mainly involved in the system testing actually. So we will discuss more about on the system testing, and the rest of the thing we don't